you see that person, you got to be mad, you got to frown your face up, you got to remember not to talk to them. Baby, my mom used to whoop me as a child, and I would forget that I'm supposed to be mad at her when she would offer me a plate of spaghetti. So I'm trying to figure out how y'all walk around and have the energy to harness toward all this hate for people. You got to try to understand, y'all. You really got to try to cope, you know. But to kind of segue into dealing with these situations, dealing with not having the support that you would like to have to pursue things, unfortunately, y'all, we don't have the support. Okay, great. That means it's going to be a little bit harder for us. But I read something actually that T.I., and I don't even have it in front of me, but something that T.I. said that really resonated with me, and how to deal with, you know, not being able to just jump up and do things because you don't have the means or you don't have the support to do it. And I wish I would have read this a long time ago because it really spoke to me. So he basically said, you know, you sit down and you plan out what you want to do in the next 5 years, which is something that I do all the time, you know. But then you don't stop there. You don't just plan out what you're going to do in the next 5 years. You sit there and you say, okay, what can I do every year for the next 5 years that's going to help me achieve that 5-year goal? All right, what can I do every month for a year that's going to help me achieve that one goal that I set for the year? Okay, what can I do this week for the next 4 weeks that's going to help me attain what it is that I set together for the month? All right, what I'm going to do today for the next 5 days to help me attain what it is that I set in place for the next week? Y'all, when you come from behind the curve like that and you don't have the support or the means to just jump up and do things, you have to break it down. I made a morning tea video about that at one point, and I was basically saying how you eat an elephant. Because somebody asked me that question one time and I was like, I don't eat elephant. I don't know. I never ate an elephant. I'm not sure how you're supposed to eat an elephant. But they told me one bite at a time. And what they was essentially saying was, you know, things gonna be overwhelming if you look at it, the big picture, right? But when it's too overwhelming to look at the big picture, you just dissect it down and take it a piece at a time. You set smaller goals so that you can incrementally work yourself up to the big goal. And that way you don't have to be so intimidated by tackling the big goal at one time. Because the reality of the situation is, I couldn't jump up and go out here and go buy a new house at 17, 18 years old without the backing of a parent that had work history and a down payment and possibly credit. That's the bottom line. But what I would be able to do was get secure credit cards in my name and build up my own credit and get on a job of my own for a year and keep that job and save a down payment. Figure out ways to make additional money to come up with my down payment so that I'd be able to do these things, right? It's always a way to do things, y'all. Where there's a will, there's a way, baby. And if you ain't made a way yet, it's because you don't want it bad enough. I can tell you that much. Because now that I sit back and look at all of those different situations, if I wanted to buy a house bad enough back then, I would have got off my ass and did the things I needed to do in order to achieve it. Instead of sitting back and pointing the finger at my family because they couldn't give me what somebody else's family gave them. See, that's them people life. That's them people situations. That's fortunate for them and unfortunate for me. But I can't sit back and continuously point the finger at somebody else because they didn't give me what I expected them to give me. People gonna disappoint you your whole life, y'all. I'm so sorry to say that, and the ones you love gonna disappoint you the most. You know why they gonna disappoint you the most? Not because they do anything any different than people that you don't love, but it's because you love them. Because you love them, you expect so much more from them. They were supposed to protect you. They were supposed to be there for you. And somehow they end up doing the complete opposite. And because you care about them, because you love them, it hurt that much more. But that's okay, you know, that's okay, y'all. But at some point, you know, we have to be able to say, I take responsibility for my own life. Because you could sit there and be mad and point the finger at them people if that's what you want to do. But I can tell you this much, when you done pointing the finger, that same situation that you in, you still gonna be in. So what has that really done for you besides waste time that you could have put towards something else? waste energy that you could have took being positive and trying to figure out a solution to the problem instead of whining and pointing the finger because you have a problem. Y'all, your life is your life, and it's gonna be what you make it. I don't care what somebody else done for you or done to you. Years now, if you're still sitting down singing the same song about, oh, because my mom and them didn't do X, Y, and Z, baby, listen, you grown. Your life is your life. What your parents did or didn't do for you at this point is neither here nor there. It's your responsibility to pick up the torch and do something with your life. Because I don't know how effective it's supposed to be for you to blame somebody else. Them people living their life, and their life gonna be what it is. Now, you can get mad and sit down and fold your arms and be upset because somebody didn't do something for you or somebody didn't support you. But guess what? When you done unfolding your arms, baby, it's still not gonna be done. You done quit on yourself. And you ain't hurting nobody but yourself. That's who you affecting. By sitting there wasting time pointing the finger at other people, you affecting yourself. Because 9 times out of 10, the person that you pissed off with ain't even trying to hear you. They probably still going through their own things where they can't even accept what it is that they done to you. So what you saying is falling on deaf ears anyway. So what you need to do is figure out how to cope for yourself. Figure out how to forgive for yourself. And figure out what you can do, even if it's baby steps in the right direction, to push yourself forward. Because you can't do everything you want to do right now. Because you don't have the support. But you have yourself. You support yourself. The process may be lengthy, but you can do it. See, you have to create a path, right? For so many other people, the path is already created. Either their parents created the path, their grandparents created the path, whatever. But they walking on that same path, right? It's already been trampled on. Ain't no grass. The road all even. See, for us, we got to chop down trees, mow the grass, dig up roots so we don't trip. But that's all right. All that take is a little bit of work. That's all. But once you knock it all down, now everything's smooth. Now you can walk on along with no problems. You ain't got to worry about no hiccups. And you know what the best part about that is? The people that come behind you can do the exact same thing. All right, y'all. I'm going to jump on off that. Give me y'all feedback on that, because I know this is a topic that we often deal with. You know, so many times we want to do things, but we don't because we don't have the support, or we feel like we can't just jump up and do things the way we want to do them. But there's a way if you just break it down. So it's about time for I want to know. I want to know what y'all want to know from me. So this week's I want to know was, how do you deal with being too black in the workplace? Yo, I gotta keep it 100 with y'all. I don't deal. I'm still personally struggling with my heavy accent. And as many people can tell me, you know, it's fine. It's fine. They can say that all day long. But let me tell you something I do know. Especially about being a Louisianian and living outside of Louisiana. The minute you open your mouth, people hear exactly what you sound like and none of what you saying. You know why I know that? Because anytime I say, excuse me, can you help me with X, Y, and Z? They won't even hear me say, excuse me, can I help you with X, Y, and Z? The first thing they say is, oh, you from New Orleans? Or, oh, where you from? They heard nothing of what I'm saying. And here I am standing there dumbfounded like, can you just help me, please? Like, you know? It gets to the point to where, you know, you get kind of tired of people hearing what you're sounding like versus what you're saying. And that happens in the workplace. Presentation is everything in the world, period, especially in the workplace. I work in corporate finance, you know, so everything is about professionalism and presentation. There's a whole lot of unwritten rules about blackness, you know, whether we want to, you know, shed light on them or not, it is what it is. I know I'm not going to walk up and work with no electric blue braids. Not that nobody told me I couldn't, but because I know that it's going to paint a narrative that I don't necessarily want to have. You know, it's almost like you got to play the game. Not that I don't like electric blue braids, but I got a bigger agenda. So I don't need nothing standing in the way of that. You know, and the same thing goes for my accent. I struggle with leading meetings Because not only do I have to think about the content that I'm presenting, I have to think about what I'm saying in the verbiage. My first mind is to say, you know, after every sentence. Or answer my own question with a yeah, after every sentence. And I can't do that in the people boardroom. So to go back to the original question, how do you deal with being too black in the workplace? I don't. I'm still struggling with it. This is a question that we're going to have to revisit whenever I find more common ground. But I will tell you that I do push myself to talk more in meetings, you know, and not talk like somebody that I'm not. You know, I try to use proper English, try to lay off the slang words and the filler words, you know, but my accent is what it is. And I'm getting comfortable with that around people that don't look and sound like me. I did want to let y'all know that I want to know is of y'all. Whatever y'all want to know from me, whatever y'all want to discuss and just get my take on it, I want to know is your opportunity to do so. So if you have a I want to know, send it over to around-the-lectual-girl@gmail.com and we'll address it right here on the podcast the only way I know how, which is honestly. So to wrap everything up, y'all, I want to just let everybody know, don't give up on your passion because you don't have the support that you need to do it. Don't give up on your passion because you don't have the money to pour into yourself, you know, or because you have to work and pursue your passion at the same time. This is the narrative for so many of us, y'all. We don't come from much, but we want a whole lot. And unfortunately, that means hard work. You can do every single thing you dream of, baby. It's just gonna take some work. And you're not in bad company. I'm right here with you doing the same work. And that's all I have to say about that, y'all. This has been Around the Lectual Girl Podcast with me, PYTyinna. The video from this podcast will be available on Thursday, y'all. If you're looking for a morning push, you can find me at official ATL Girl on both Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitter. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I post a morning motivational video that we refer to as morning tea. So if you need a push, you know where to find me. So go out there, y'all, showcase authenticity, spread love, and spark growth. Until next time.